Taylor Swift's most recent album, Folklore, has been in and out of the news a few times since its initial release back in July of this year. It was highly praised for its musical content and even saw a backlash for the merch after a business owner accused Taylor and her team of stealing her logo design. But Folklore is back in the news once more, and Taylor is warning her fans about it. And I've got the news to share with you today. What's going on, YouTube family? I'm your host, Bria Room, and welcome back to I.O. Taylor Swift is out here warning her fans about something pretty crazy with her album, but before I get into the nitty gritty, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon to turn notifications on so you never miss a video. And also check up here to see a playlist to watch more videos like this one, and now let's get into the news. So Taylor Swift and her album Folklore are back in the news for a pretty funny reason actually. Just recently, Taylor's team restocked her online store where fans were able to buy Taylor's merch and music. But Taylor is now warning her fans that they actually might get an extra little surprise with the purchase of one of her albums. When fans are purchasing one of these limited signed copies of the Folklore CD, they're apparently receiving something a little more personal than just an autograph for what they paid for, according to Taylor. This weekend, Taylor took to social media to tell her fans about the signed cards in the CD's packaging and the little funny extras that some fans might be finding in there. According to Taylor, some lucky fans might receive a free cat hair with their CD. This is all due to Taylor's clumsiness and hoard of cats, she tells us. Turns out that as Taylor was signing the cards for the CDs, some cat hair has gotten stuck on the cards from static cling, or just because cats are resilient and want to ruin everything with their fluffy allergen-infested locks. I'm not saying that cats are the worst because I'm a dog person, but those fluffy little monsters do shed a lot. Turns out though that cat hair isn't the only thing that a lucky few will be finding in their CDs. There are reportedly some cards that will also smell like white wine, as Taylor has been known to have spilled some on them when she was signing the cards as well. And if you're really lucky, you could get two for the price of one and get a combo of both hair and wine on your signed CDs. Getting that 2-for-1 is basically the equivalent of getting a free food stamp thing from your McDonald's Monopoly wrapper and then finding another one that someone has dropped right after. Jackpot. Seems that although Taylor has warned her fans about these little oopsies, that her fans don't seem to mind at all. Heck, they're excited about possibly receiving a piece of cat with their album purchase. Some have tweeted saying, quote, "I got one and my life is made," and yes, the white wine is a big win. And my personal favorite tweet from someone who said, quote, "Cat hair in white wine is my favorite essential oil." I wonder what that's good for. Relaxation and aromatherapy perhaps? Or maybe a polyjuice potion to turn you into Taylor Swift or her cat? Or maybe both. I really don't understand why these fans are so excited about receiving cat hair in the mail. Is it because it comes from a famous cat? Or is it something else? But I also can't help to draw the connections between makeup brands like Jaclyn Hill's lipstick when they had hair in them and everyone was freaking out, but when Taylor accidentally sends you cat hair with an album, it's 3 cheers for Meredith Grey. That's the name of one of her cats if you didn't know. But I'm just joking, hair and lipsticks versus CDs is very different, but it's still so funny to me that people are so hyped about cat hair and wine stains. And speaking of wine stains, I wonder what wine she was drinking. Do you think you'd be able to smell the wine notes through the paper? But the biggest question here is, why didn't Taylor just throw out the cards she messed up? Like, the cat hair is fine unless you're allergic to it, but why keep the wine stained cards? Wouldn't you be able to see the spots where she spilled it? And why did she keep the cards in the first place? Wouldn't you have just gotten new ones instead? She must have thought it was embarrassing to send out the whiny cards since she felt the need to warn everyone about it in the first place, but I don't know. Maybe it was just a creative decision. Have any of you guys been one of those lucky few who received cat hair or wine stains in your CD? I really want to know, so leave it in the comments or DM me a picture of a cat hair. But before I wrap up this video, let's do some comment shoutouts. From Anne Hathaway reveals extreme transformation. Jessica Ellerson says, as a heterosexual woman, I'm concerned that my first thought seeing Anne Hathaway like this was I'd still hit that. I mean, to be honest, I'd still hit that too. It's okay, don't be ashamed, you're fine. Panda Maniac says, it's called a Glasgow smile. It's said to have originated from Glasgow, Scotland. My husband has told me that there were gangs in Scotland who did this to their victims. That is very interesting. Does it still happen now, or was it like a back in the day thing? Is this where we got the whole Joker smile thing from? I have to know, I have to do more research. Unusual Mood says, alright, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. I see where you're coming from. I personally think that the Nightmare Before Christmas movie is a November movie. There's nothing going on between Halloween and Christmas. Like, November is kind of a whatever, unless you're like American and do weird Thanksgiving in November. But like, I don't know, the majority of the movie takes place in like November/early December, because like barely any of it happens in actual like Halloween time, you know? So I feel it's strictly November. It's that gray area. Elf Spy Network says thoughts on the mycelium resistance. Dude, we're not supposed to be, don't say that too loud. People are gonna hear us, okay? We have to keep that on the DL. I mean, Mumbo is definitely 100% the leader of the mycelium resistance. Thanks for your comments, guys, and thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more IO content, feel free to leave us a like and show that you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to get more daily news content. But that's all from me, but until next time, stay safe, do something nice for someone today, and have an awesome rest of your day. TTFN, my dudes.